So this is Donald Trump's America right now in Minneapolis, Minnesota. He sent an additional 3,000 ICE agents. That was the report. And now you can see they're terrorizing people at night in the streets of your neighborhoods. Basically, it's tear gas, stun grenades. People then come out of their homes because this is their neighborhood and be like, what are you doing? And get the F out of our city. Leave us alone. And people can't sleep, right? They got to go to school the next day for your kids. You got to go to work, and Trump's is here to terrorize people. And then when you get upset and you protest, which understandably so, I don't want this in my neighborhood, when you can see it there, then Trump will claim that you're all paid. Oh, you're just paid to protest against us, right? That's what he'll claim. Now he wants to call the military on everyone and say it's the Insurrection Act and use the military to search you, arrest, detain you, these kind of things. From Trump, if the corrupt politicians of Minnesota don't obey the law and stop the professional agitators. So again, he's claiming you're all paid. So that's the game. The game is send in ICE, upset everyone, right, in your neighborhood. You come out of your house and say, what are you doing in my neighborhood? And then they want to send the military on you because you're complaining. This is then what they're saying now. They want you to bring your papers wherever you go. Listen to this.
Perhaps to follow up, why are we seeing Americans being asked on the street to provide proof of citizenship in Minnesota? Is that targeted enforcement? And are you advising Americans to carry proof of citizenship?
In every situation, we're doing targeted enforcement. If we are on a target and doing an operation, there may be individuals surrounding that criminal that we may be asking who they are and why they're there and having them validate their identity. That's what we've always done, in asking people who they are so that we know who's in those surroundings. And if they are breaking our federal laws, we will detain them as well until we run that processing.
So they're going to claim you're all criminals, okay? Now listen to a local person, just how they interact with the ICE agents.
Do you have an ID on you, ma'am?
I don't need an ID to walk around in my city. This is my
Okay,
city.
do you have
This is
some
my
ID
home.
then, please?
I don't need an
If
ID.
not, we're going to put you in the vehicle and we're going to ID you.
An ID?
Huh?
I'm not going to take out. You take out your ID.
You don't have an ID?
I'm not going to take out an ID.
Hey man, it's
I am
it's gonna
U.S.
happen either
citizen.
way.
I am U.S. citizen.
All right, can we see an ID, please?
I am U.S. citizen. I don't need to carry around an ID in my home.
Well,
This is my home.
Where were you born?
This is my home.
Where were you born?
Minneapolis is my home.
Ma'am, that's not,
This
we're
is-
doing an immigration check, we're doing a
This is-
citizen
this
check,
is- this is
and
where-
we're asking you where you were born.
This is where I belong. This is my home.
Ma'am, you
and
can belong here, but where were you born?
And I am not going to give you an ID.
Then we're going to put you in the vehicle until we can ID you.
I belong here. I should be walking around here free. I shouldn't be afraid in my life at this point.
Ma'am, do you have an
You
ID
making
to
me
give
a
us?
skirt? No.
Yes, you're correct.
You making me a skirt. You making me a
Do you
panic.
have an ID?
This is my home.
Ma'am, where were you born?
I am U.S. citizen. I am U.S. citizen. And I don't think so you have a right to picture me while I am in my home and walking around in my home. This is not acceptable. You guys, you're terrorizing people,
Ma'am,
and it's not
where
acceptable.
were you born?
It doesn't matter where.
And what he's doing there, he's scanning her face. We've heard about this stuff before, but now we're getting video of it. And they use the Palantir software to scan people's face, right? And basically just walk around asking everyone these kind of things.
Where I was born. I belong here. I am U.S. citizen. What else can I say? I am citizen. This is my home.
You realize that if you lie that you're a U.S. citizen,
Minneapolis is my home.
then you can get
Minneapolis is
federal
my
charges.
home. I belong here. I'm sorry. I belong here. I'm not going to take out an ID.
Here they're talking about what's going on TV. Listen to this.
On what we just heard from the DHS secretary. You know, Ellie, we were just talking about yesterday protected First Amendment activity. And so I wonder what you make of the DHS secretary's claim there that when these ICE agents go up to protesters and ask for their papers, that is all above board, and that Americans should bring their papers with them to show proof.
Well, Pam, that's wrong. It's illegal and it's unconstitutional to require people to show their citizenship papers without some other basis to make a stop. So let me be clear. In order to stop somebody, detain them, question them for immigration purposes, an officer has to have reasonable suspicion. Now, that's a fairly low bar. It's lower than the bar that a law enforcement agent would need to make a stop or questioning for criminal purposes, but it's still a bar. It's not nothing. In fact, just a few months ago, in September of 2025, Justice Brett Kavanaugh wrote a concurring opinion in a Supreme Court case when he reiterated that, yes, immigration agents do have to have reasonable suspicion to stop somebody, to detain them, even briefly, and to question them.
Can you just go around and just ask everyone for papers? And this guy is saying, right, this is illegal. You can't do these kind of things. And Trump, then he's going to call the military and just basically wants to search everyone and just ask you, where's your papers? And if you don't present it, he'll arrest you. That's the plan. They shot someone yesterday, and we have this footage. It's hard to confirm this, but it looks pretty authentic regarding what happened after the person was shot in the leg. Take a look at this and see what you think. They chased him. He got home. When we closed the door, they shot him. Minnesota orgs elect to say this family calling the police with ice outside after a man was shot in the leg with a pregnant woman and child inside. Let's take a look at the video together here.
En la pierna, en la pierna. Por favor, ayúdenos, tenemos hijos. Asómalo por la ventana.
¿Y si disparan?
Asómalo así, nada más por fuera. Los del aire, son los del aire.
Miguel, quítate de ahí. Quítate de ahí.
¿Qué personas le dispararon? ¿Quiénes le dispararon?
Y
venía persiguiendo a mi marido hace como media hora, lo estaban tratando de chocar. Y llegó a la casa y como le cerramos la puerta, le dispararon.
You can see this is really, really different than the account that DHS said. DHS are trying to make the claim that the guy was attacking them with a broom handle and a shovel, whereas they're just basically like, the guy shot me, I'm running away, and I'm in my house, now calling 911 for help, basically is what I'm seeing here.
Marica, me da miedo asomarme la ventana.
Voy a decir algo. Si no hubiese visto ni él, nunca me hubiesen agarrado. Ni que quiera. No hubiese pasado nada.
Y el carro,
Están aquí abajo afuera tratando de entrar a la casa. Por favor, necesitamos ayuda.
Que me pongas ahí para yo enseñarlo, para que venga la persona y nos ayude. Porfa, no disparen.
Sí, en este momento están afuera de la casa tratando de entrar.
están abriendo un carro. ¿Ese es el suyo?
¿Cuál?
Están abriendo un carro en la parte de atrás.
Sí, ese es el mío. No, ese no es el mío. El teléfono que ven es fuerte.
¿Cuánto le dispararon a él? En la pierna.
Dile que dispararon una puerta. Hijo, ven. Hijo, ven.
And that's Donald Trump's America. This is Governor Pritzker. He says, Donald Trump and Kristi Noem are using armed, militarized agents to provoke Minnesotans. The Insurrection Act should not be used as an excuse to send armed troops into the streets. And it's very different, obviously, when you see inside the house of, it's just families, they shot me in the leg, you call 911 for help. This is also happening in Florida. This is a local Maxwell Frost. Let's see what he has to say, Representative.
Hello, everybody. We've received multiple reports of heavy ice activity in different parts of Central Florida, including the University of Central Florida, Winter Garden, Altamont Springs, and other surrounding areas. We've also received reports of heavy ice activity at certain hotels in the area as well. I'm making this video to confirm both of those things, that ice is in the community and that they have made pretty large hotel reservations in surrounding hotels as well. I want to tell you three things. Number one, Please know your rights and ensure that your friends and family know their rights as well. We'll put a graphic at the end of this video and also post it again after this video. Number 2, I am a member of the Oversight Committee of the United States government. And a few months ago, we launched a portal where people can report abuses and ICE activity. We'll put that link up as well. Please be vigilant and report anything that you see. And number 3, we don't know everything, but my office will be working with local partners to investigate further on what's going on and also how it impacts you as well. Please stay safe and remember, you have rights no matter your immigration status. We're a community. Let's love each other and protect each other. God bless you.
And I'll leave this up on screen. These are your rights. But the thing is, regardless of what's going on, you don't have to call on the military that Trump wants to do. You don't have to search every single person, harass people, detain people, and you don't have to just be shooting people. And that's what Trump is doing, right? And on top of that, I guess now it says here, ICE is going door to door, asking Americans to snitch on the nationality of their non-white neighbors, the textbook definition of unconstitutional racial profiling. And we've heard this stuff before. I guess they'll say, you know, where are your black and brown people, basically, in your neighborhood? Here's a local representative says from Morrison, Minnesotans, our state and local offices, and especially our local law enforcement have made clear that they want the chaos to end and for the ICE agents wreaking havoc on our state to leave. President Trump is not only defying those requests, but choosing to inflame tensions and escalate his retribution, fueled attacks on our state every single day. It is unacceptable, it is dangerous, and it must stop. We need congressional Republicans to finally side with the people of Minnesota instead of this tyrannical president to protect our communities and restore peace. And then you also have this, which is just news today. There's always something, but you kind of knew it was going this direction. Basically, Trump's going to hire a bunch of private contractors. Says new, the Trump administration is preparing to use private military contractors to protect oil and energy assets in Venezuela rather than deploying U.S. troops, sources tell us, setting up a potential boon for security firms with experience in the region and ties to the president. Some familiar names already afloated, including former Blackwater founder Eric Prince. So the reason why I'm bringing up this thing is in all of these situations, right, someone's profiting off of this stuff. Why would you go and arrest so many people? Well, private prisons then get money. So why would you go down to Venezuela? Well, oil companies get money, or maybe the companies that, you know, have the private military contractors, they're going to get money, right? None of this really is about protecting people. It's about inflaming people, escalating things. Some people have said, well, Trump's going to try to do the Insurrection Act, put a bunch of thugs on the street and start intimidating people at the polls, this kind of stuff. But just to understand, you're not alone. Trump's basically, he's got just a few more months left before it becomes a lame duck. I personally think they're going to get absolutely crushed in the midterms. And I know it feels like a long time from now. And some will say, oh, well, Chris, there's going to be midterms. No, there's going to be. But Trump's going to try to pull every trick out of his book to basically lie, cheat, steal, this kind of stuff. And it's frustrating and upsetting to see, I know, but I think it's important to understand what's going on the ground. And this is in Minnesota, and that's why I'll just show the person in Florida saying it's happening there, searching all sorts of things. And we heard also from Governor Wallace in Minnesota that they're going to grocery stores, neighborhoods, schools. Basically, this is Trump's America, and as many people say, you want to show people what's going on and be honest about this stuff. It is not a good situation. I think you already know that if you're watching this channel, but it keeps getting worse, unfortunately, and that's where we're at. I'll talk about more about the money stuff in the next video, and please stay safe out there.